Go with the 4-4 lesson review. I had asked you to do 11 to 20 all. The first section here, 11 to 14, asks you to take this scientific notation and write it in standard notation. So what we are going to do with our positive exponents is move our decimal that many places to the right. With our negative exponent, we're going to move our decimal that many places to the left. So our answer here would be 9,200,000. We've taken that decimal from between the 9 and the 2 and we've moved it 6 places to the right. Our answer here would be 67 thousandths. So we've taken our decimal from between the 6 and the 7, we've moved it left 4 spots, and we now have 67 thousandths. Here we just have to move our decimal 2 spots, so we would have 36 thousandths for our answer. Here we are moving our decimal 8 places to the right. So we have 524 million. Second section here, we are taking some standard form numbers and we are putting those into scientific notation. The numbers that start as decimals are going to have a negative exponent. The numbers that start as whole numbers are going to have a positive exponent. So remember, please, that you always will have one non-zero number, one and only one non-zero number before your decimal. And then your exponent is going to tell you how many places to the right or to the left you moved that decimal. So this one would be 7 times 10 to the negative 5th power. The next one would be 6.5 times 10 to the 6th power. Number 17 would be 1 times 10 to the 8th power. Number 18, we have 3 times 10. We know it's going to be a negative because we have a decimal. It'd be negative 8. So 3 times 10 to the negative 8th power. That would be it for these four. I just want to point out how I wrote the two of these. So this one I put the decimal. You can put a 0 after it if you want. That's fine. Here also I did not put the decimal, I just left it with my whole number 1. That is fine as well. Either way is perfectly acceptable. Sometimes you end up with a non-zero number after your decimal, sometimes you don't. What I would like to say is if we changed, so this is not going to be 17 anymore. But if I change this to say a 7, so we have 107 million rather than just 100 million, I would need that 7. What I don't need are these zeros after, but I need the 7 and I also need this 0 because it tells me what place that 7 should be in. So if this was our standard form number, its scientific notation would look like this. 1 7/100 times 10 to the 8th power. The last two problems here are word problems. Number 19 talks about protons and neutrons. Let's see. If a nucleus were the size of an average grape, that'd be huge, it would have a mass greater than 9 million metric tons. Wow. A metric ton is 1,000 kilograms. What would the mass of a grape-sized nucleus be in kilograms? Write your answer in scientific notation. So it is saying that we need to take 9 9 9 million times 1,000 kilograms. And we're going to write this in scientific notation. So we have 9 million times 1,000. And when you do that, we can just multiply the 9 times the 1 and then add all these zeros. And we are asked to put this in scientific notation. So we're going to say it's 9 times 10 to the 9th power, and that is in kilograms. So there you go for number 19. Number 20 talks about the orbits of Neptune and Pluto and that they cross each other. Neptune's average distance from the sun is approximately 4.5 times 10 to the 9th power kilometers. Pluto's average distance from the sun is approximately 5.87 times 10 to the 9th kilometer. Which object has the greater average distance from the sun? So for number 20, we're comparing here. And we have 4.5 and 5.87. In this case, our powers of 10 are equivalent. They're both 10 to the power of 9. So what we can do is just take a look at our numbers. Since this is larger than this, we use the less than sign. What that means, the final question was, which object has the greater average distance? So it would be the second one with 5.87 times 10 to the 9th power, which is Pluto. So our final answer here is our lovely dwarf planet, not planet, maybe it's a planet, Pluto. Love it. That is the homework review for 4-4. So next up, look for 4-5. See you guys then.